I am a medical doctor and I tried out Chinese traditional medicine on my own skin. China has one of the oldest surviving cultures on earth. Acupuncture has been used in China for
thousands of years.
maybe thousands of years.
Here in China, traditional Chinese medicine is part of their healthcare system and it's taught in universities.
Usually we need to study for 6 years in the university.
In the West, it's much more of an alternative treatment with a lot of variability in practitioners.
It's a stone that carries a magnetic field and frequency.
Today, I am going to try out 3 different traditional medicine treatments.
I'm not crying.
And give you my honest opinion as an evidence-based European doctor.
But now my most important question. Would you recommend it to your patients?
Is it as dangerous as they say, and does it actually work? Let's go find out. Our first stop is acupuncture, the most famous but also the most controversial part of Chinese medicine. It involves inserting tiny needles into specific parts of the body to influence energy, also known as qi. Acupuncture specialists say it relieves pain, stress, and even asthma and autoimmune diseases. Critics argue that the effect is fully from placebo.
I was booked in for the facial acupuncture.
So have you tried the facial acupuncture before?
No, I haven't.
What is the main problem you want to solve for your face?
Mostly because I have loads of acne. It's a bit covered up, but I have been taking medication for the last 10 years for it. And as a woman, I would really like to look a little younger as well.
Okay, sure. So we may turn left.
Okay.
So today for the acupuncture can help you to make your face feel much more stable.
Okay.
Of course, it's very difficult to make it disappear, but the situation can get better.
Yeah.
So maybe first, I will help you to clean your face, and then we will start the facial acupuncture.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, then how do you know the acupuncture?
What happens in Europe is that patients come to the doctor, but when the Western medicine can't help them or they don't trust it, then they search for solutions in other places. But what I think is a problem is that the people who are doing those treatments, they haven't had a lot of training. But how long did you have to study for this?
Usually we need to study for 6 years in the university.
6 years.
And then we have the license, and after we got the license, and we can do the surgery.
Okay.
Just take it easy, relax. Mostly it's acceptable.
Did you do something?
Yes.
Okay, I can handle that. That was a weird numbing feeling.
Oh, yes.
I think it's very okay once you've inserted them.
How many needles do you usually use in one session?
If the full set, we usually need about 50 to 60.
What else can acupuncture help with?
Some aging's problem. So maybe they have the wrinkles. Because some people is very afraid of the injection. They want to find some more natural way. So they will do the facial acupuncture.
Do you do research on acupuncture?
It will be done for the university every year. This is a very, very common surgery in China.
Because I read one successful study for facial acupuncture that it helps for Bell's palsy or like peripheral facial nerve paralysis. That when used with drug therapy, it like significantly reduced and improved results. It's usually very scary for patients when half of their face just drops, and some people recover completely.
Okay, basically it's finished. So we will stay for around 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So you can take the rest, take a nap, it's also okay.
I can see the needles and I'm not sure I want to see any more. It wasn't as painful as I thought, but when I move the muscles of my face, then I can feel tiny pinches. But I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the research of actually proven benefits of acupuncture, not just like the supposed benefits. And the scientific literature says that if you use acupuncture for nausea and vomiting after surgery, after chemotherapy, it has very high quality of evidence actually, which is great news. There's a bit lower quality evidence for reduction of pain and migraines. What I think is the problem with these sorts of treatments is that the practitioners need to be highly skilled like they are here in Hong Kong and in China. You cannot just go to somebody who's done 3 hours of training and then expect to see results. Also, the people who've done 3 hours of training probably do not know how to use it and would try to sell you things that are not proper. Maybe they would tell you that stage 4 cancer can be treated with acupuncture and herbs, but then it would just be a scam and a money grab for people who have lost hope, people who the Western medicine has failed, which it very often is.
So everything fine for you? Everything fine?
This one feels like a mosquito bite. Now when they're going out, it feels like a mosquito bite. Is there any blood?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
But it's fine, just a little bit. So maybe I'll double check.
Yeah, that they don't have any secret needles.
Okay, today is finished.
Yay! Shishi, thank you. Do I already look younger?
Yes, much younger. It's the only correct answer.
And this is a receipt and a
So we just finished with the facial acupuncture and it was 58 euros altogether with a consultation.
You said quite a many good things about it there, but now my most important question. Would you recommend it to your patients?
I think the most important thing is to know what it actually has effect for, what you're doing it for, and not just doing it as like a general random thing.
So what in the world is evidence-based medicine?
Okay, in simple terms, it's showing that treatment, like giving the drug or doing standardized acupuncture, is more effective than no treatment at all. For example, giving the sugar pill or putting needles in completely random spots. This is also known as the placebo effect, which means that people got better even when they did not receive any treatment at all. And showing that treatment is more effective than no treatment at all is what evidence-based medicine means. Okay, acupuncture done. Let's move on to the next location. The second treatment here in Hong Kong brings us to the pharmacy. In addition to pills and tablets, they most commonly also sell herbs. But instead of one active ingredient, like in ibuprofen, the treatment usually combines a mix of different ingredients. Hello, do you have any of that?
Oh, don't have.
Herbal medicines in China comes in all different shapes and sizes. So there's no denying that plants and herbs have an effect on the body. So I must admit, herbal medicine has played a huge role in my life and I've had huge help from it. You see, I have recurrent depression. It first started when I was 17. I started treating it with St. John's wort once a day and went to therapy. When I finally got officially diagnosed by a psychiatrist after enormously long wait times, my depression had already started improving. So taking modern antidepressants was no longer necessary. So St. John's wort, the same one that I used to make tea out of, has been proven to be effective against mild and moderate depression. But it's not as simple as that, because it's not a gentle herb, because it can reduce the efficacy of hormonal contraceptives and interact with
blood thinners. This is also the dangers of herbal medicines. So imagine if you take 10 different tablets and then try to understand which one of those 10 tablets actually treated your disease. The interactions are absolutely crazy. So herbal medicines, they're hard to dose. The side effects can range from mild nausea and diarrhea to even kidney and liver damage. So this is why your regular doctor most probably does not prescribe any herbal medicines. But herbal medicine isn't bad by itself. You see, many modern medicines that we use started out as plant medicines. So for example, morphine, which was made from opium poppy seeds, and aspirin, which was made from willow bark, started out like this. But now we use a single purified ingredient, which makes all of those interactions and dosing problems much more easier to solve. Oh, that's still very hot. But now, after tea time, let's move on to our last and most terrifying treatment. So finally, we made it to the part that I am afraid of the most. You've probably seen the red circular marks on athletes' backs. This is from fire cupping, and the risk of getting burns is real with this one. So we're in Universal Trade Center on floor 27. Oh, she went here. Okay.
So you come here for back pain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you originally from?
Estonia.
Oh, Estonia. I have been there, believe it or not.
Oh.
Okay, anyway, so like you're suffering from back pain, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how does this come from? Where is it like?
Just like all of a sudden, I'm pretty sure it's just like muscular pain.
How low is the pain? It's like down from L5? Or
around L5.
around L5.
Yeah.
So it's probably a standard circulation issues. Don't do that, first of all, since you have back pain. Yeah, so just because you have back pain, so this is like forbidden. Because the more cross you are, the more like you're affecting your blood flow. In Chinese medicines, technically, there's only two reasons for any pain. One is blockage. So when no matter is your energy, which is your qi or your blood is blocked, then you have pain. The other thing is like your blood profile is too low, which means that your circulation cannot be good just because your blood is weak. So it doesn't carry enough energy to go through your body to feed whatever your demand of the cell demand is, and that's how you feel pain. So technically, it's all about circulations when you really think about it, but it's not just on blood, but also on the energy circulation, blood circulations. Okay, so like I'll get you something to change into some short, so that I can actually check on your back and all that. Okay? Before we do any treatment.
Okay.
Yeah, face down. If you feel very heavy or you feel a pain, you let me know, okay? The tightness is actually in the upper part, not focusing on the lower part of the body.
What is it?
It's a stone. It's a stone that carry a magnetic field and frequency. There's some balance in there. It will warm up. You will feel it.
The worst part is that I cannot see.
You cannot what?
I cannot see. Oh, that's a very heavy stone.
Yeah, it's not a stone. It's just it's a suction cup.
Yeah, I feel that they're very heavy. Oh, this is sucking. Ah! I'm not crying, I'm brave.
You're brave, right? It won't hurt you, don't worry.
Cupping works by heating the air inside the glass cup and then putting it on the skin, creating suction. It improves circulation and helps the body heal.
The ones in the lower back are really sucking.
But does it actually work?
When you're tired, when you really train your muscle like heavily, you actually has a lot of toxin accumulate in the muscle layer. So what I'm just doing, the scraping, is actually working on the fascia, whereas this is all working on the muscles.
Really feels quite tense on my back now.
Which one?
No, just all of them all together. Especially the lower back ones. The upper back ones are quite okay.
We will do it just for 5 minutes because it's the first time you do it. And also the cups mark may last slightly longer than a day. So but it will eventually fade. But you don't have anything that you feel uncomfortable after it's all taken off, right?
Yeah,
just want to make
no,
sure.
all good,
Okay,
all good.
just want to make sure.
Now I'm just loose like a sausage.
You feel better, right? Lemons is taken out, right?
Yeah, I feel like I'm very. I don't know how to describe it.
Don't cry. It's only 2 that will be dead. That's the fear.
I felt the second one.
Okay.
Joe, are these longer than yesterday?
Do you really want to know?
Oh God.
This one went pretty deep into my bum.
I can feel them a lot more than yesterday. I can really, really feel them, especially the last 2 ones.
Just 2. That's all. That's a more likely. That's all the needles that I'm going to put in your body.
Okay, the last 2 I can really feel.
How's your digestions in general?
Very good.
So bowel movement regular and everything okay?
Every morning after coffee.
Good.
There's arrows sticking out of the bruised ground. That looks like a scene from Lord of the Rings. What's happening?
Taking out the needles.
Okay, why does it hurt?
No more hurt. It's all gone. Okay, just do a child pose for me, please. You're really inflexible.
Yep.
So you really have to train yourself a little bit. So technically, it's about training your muscle in the right way. So it's more like a Pilates teacher's job, not mine. Your releasing, I think, is quite okay. It's not like you are in a very deep trouble or anything like that. But your flexibilities and your muscle proportional strength definitely need some improvement.
Yeah, that is a bit shit.
That's all for today. I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's too bad that you don't have pain right now because then you will see how pain being released. But then since you don't have, then we cannot help that part. Because once we release it, the energy flow start, and then you will feel a very big difference in between. But then work on the core. Yeah. Yes. The stronger your core is, the more relaxed is your back. Yeah. That's all the recommendations.
Thank you.
Yeah, is that all right?
Okay, so this one costs 142 euros.
But that was an experience. That was definitely an experience.
So what I want to say after the last and third appointment is that she's definitely right that people need to exercise on their own and she can do nothing about that. But what I read in the research was that this fire cupping, if we take only the fire cupping, it does have an effect on non-specific back pain and neck pain, but surprisingly also for knee osteoarthritis, which in simpler terms is old age knee pain. But the thing is that the effect lasts for 2 weeks only, so it's very short-lived. For improving circulation and detoxification, well, evidence on that is still pending, let's say it that way. So what have we learned today? We've learned that in order to practice traditional medicine in China, you still need 6 years of medical school.
We've also learned that even doctors aren't immune to pain when somebody sticks a needle in their bum.
And finally, we realized that regardless of where you live in the world, the best way to stay healthy is still lifestyle, proper movement, and healthy foods. Thank you, friends, for watching, and see you again next week. Bye. Bye.